Hey, it's Alex with Warehousing, etc. Today we're talking about one of the biggest differences between a warehouse that runs smooth and one that's constantly chasing its tail. Inventory accuracy is the deciding factor in the quality of these warehouses, because if your inventory isn't right, nothing else is. Not your receiving, not your picking, not your shipping. So let's talk through what actually drives accuracy. The things that make your numbers reliable, your team efficient, and your customers happy. It all starts right at the dock. When freight hits your floor, that's your first chance to get it right, or set yourself up for problems later. Make sure counts are verified as you unload. Log those skews, lot numbers, or serials immediately, not later in the day. And keep every inbound shipment organized and clearly marked so all the product from each load stays together until it is processed. If someone walks in mid-shift, they should instantly be able to tell what belongs to which load and what's been checked in. And here's a quick tip. If something is going right back out for cross-dock, tag it early and separate it from the rest. Let it bypass put away and picking altogether. That way it flows straight through your building without getting lost or double handled. You don't have to rush to put everything away before the next inbound. Just keep the floor organized and clearly labeled so nothing overlaps or goes missing. Once product is in the building, the next thing that matters is consistency. If everyone works a little differently, your accuracy is already gone. The key is to have standard processes, not suggestions, not how I like to do it, but clear written steps that everyone follows the same way. From how you label freight to how it's scanned in and staged, it all needs to look and feel the same no matter who's working. One way to help make everyone consistent is to assign one or two go-to people to train every new hire. That way, everyone learns from the same playbook instead of picking up 5 different versions of the right way. It's one of the simplest ways to keep your standards consistent and prevent bad habits from spreading. Even with solid processes, you still need checks in place, and that's where cycle counting comes in. Regular counting keeps your inventory honest and helps you catch issues before they snowball. You don't have to count everything at once. Rotate through your skews. Focus on counting your fast movers more often and your slow movers less often. Research ABC inventory classification for a specific method to follow for counting. And when you find a variance, don't just correct the number in stock. Ask, where did the system break? Was it during receiving, picking, or a location move? That's where your real improvement happens. Keep a simple log. It could just be the number of variances found or the total units that were off each week. That little bit of data tells you which areas need attention long before your customers do. Now, let's talk about outbound accuracy, because this is where a lot of good warehouses lose ground. Every outbound order should have at least 2 forms of verification. That could be 2 separate scans during pick and pack, or a scan and a weight check, or even 2 people visually confirming the correct item has been picked. Whatever fits your workflow, just make sure there's always a second point of confirmation. That redundancy saves you from rework, reships, and customer headaches later on. And make sure your outbound staging is organized. Keep outbound shipments separated by carrier and keep stage freight separate from storage so nothing gets counted twice or pulled by mistake. The next piece of the puzzle is culture. Inventory accuracy cannot live and die with one person. It has to belong to the entire team. And the best way to build that is by helping everyone understand why their part matters. When a receiver knows that one missed pallet means a picker can't find stock later, or when a picker sees how a wrong skew creates an angry customer email the next day, they start to care about accuracy for the right reasons. That's when you go from enforcing rules to building pride. Celebrate clean counts, call out great catches, and make accuracy something your team feels ownership of, not something they fear. Next, let's talk location control. You can't manage what you can't find. Every SKU should live in a defined labeled location. No exceptions. Nothing should float around waiting to be put away for days. And anytime you move product, you update it immediately in the system, because physical moves and system moves have to match. Once you're managing more than a handful of SKUs or locations, you need at least a basic warehouse management system or a strong Excel setup that tracks SKU, location, and quantity. Without that kind of structure, even the best team can't keep up as volume grows. And finally, accuracy isn't a one-time project. It's a constant process of improvement. Every discrepancy you find is a clue. Instead of asking who messed up, ask what went wrong, then fix the root cause. For example, you might move your most commonly picked items closer to your packing area to cut down on travel time and handling. Or maybe you separate products that keep getting mispicked because they look too similar. Some warehouses even switch to a chaotic inventory method, where you purposely avoid storing like items side by side. That way your picker can't accidentally grab the wrong product. And sometimes the simplest improvement is just better labeling. Clearer, larger tags on products or locations that keep causing confusion. Those kinds of changes, added up over time, create real lasting accuracy. If you're tracking errors weekly, you'll actually see the results. Fewer variances, fewer surprises, smoother operations. And when your team sees progress, they'll keep improving. At the end of the day, accurate inventory doesn't happen by luck. It happens because your team follows good processes, your system keeps up, and everyone understands the why behind what they do. When you nail those fundamentals, clean receiving, consistent processes, verified picking, and continuous improvement, your warehouse stops fighting fires and starts running like clockwork. I'm Alex with Warehousing, etc. If this video helped you, hit subscribe and check out our other videos on building a warehouse that works right, even when things get messy.